LT, real regular, real Sam.
For the Lendy experience.
For the Lendy experience.
who actually produced the track, actually the actual loop. Oh shoot, I forgot his name. Oh, Justin Funk. All right, welcome everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to the Lendy experience. Well, as you can see today, I got a special guest, Jacoby, and he's actually an artist. He's actually since moved up here to New Hampshire. I'm gonna have him on here for two reasons today. Obviously, for his artwork. If you didn't see any of it, you can actually go on his Facebook page, or you can go on to the Lendy Experience page. It's on there as well. In the flyer I actually made for him. So you can actually see some of his artwork. I just made a collage of it. I didn't edit it or anything. It's exactly the way he uploaded it on there, so I didn't alter it in any manner. So what you see is actually his actual hand that actually made all the lines and everything. So,
Exciting.
What's that?
Exciting.
It is exciting. I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting that, like I can have somebody like you on here. Oh yeah, you should be good on your
How's
mic.
it going?
So today, actually, I'm actually using my new mic. I got an AT 2050. So hopefully we get a little bit better sound out of me. Jason's gonna be on the dynamic mic, the Shure. But yeah, so it's a little bit different for me. I got this black popper filter to sit here and stare at. So hopefully I won't stare at that too much and actually stare at the camera that's over here, which is Jason, if you didn't realize, is the green button. the green lights over there. So Jason, where are you originally from? Because you're not from New Hampshire.
No, I'm not. Arlington, Texas.
You're from Arlington, Texas.
Yes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And so what brings you up to New Hampshire?
Got a buddy who lives a couple of streets over, actually.
Right.
Met him back in the 90s. Came up here with a kid that I went to school with from South Boston, actually. And just ended up making friends, getting a job.
Right. Right, that's cool. I mean, and it's funny because I met him on New Year's Eve, actually at the same buddy's house. We won't drop his last name, but Paul, and which was cool. And he's actually designing some pictures for his kids and everything. And I got the liberty of actually seeing a couple. And actually, the first one that I was shown was the one of the cheetahs in the Sahara. And at first I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. I'm like, that's a cool photo. Like, I didn't realize that it was
Crayons and colored pencils.
Right, yeah, I didn't even actually know it was something that somebody actually created. I thought it was like just a photo. Like a printed, printed photo that somebody did, And then, she's like, no, take a look at this, and I'm like, oh, okay, like. So I looked at it closer, and then I'm like, oh, I could actually see all the strokes in it, and I was like, wow. And then Brian actually showed me
Vader.
the Vader, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow.
Yeah, I tried to get a 3D.
Right, and I think you definitely captured that, and like, it's amazing because to me that's all marker, right?
Yeah. I used a big Sharpie for all the black and then white out for the stars.
Right, right. No kidding. That's awesome. Like, just this. Oh man, I wish like he had one of a. We're just saying like, he should have brought something, but we we could still have him come on again and show some of his artwork. Um, but just the shading technique that he did with the marker is crazy because you go.
This picture of it when it's unfinished.
Oh right.
Let's see. Here on the sec, it's unfinished. Work in progress picture from halfway through it. Can't really see it very good.
Right, but I mean they got to be able to get the gist. But the gradation that you did with the marker is like crazy. Like I was looking at it and I was like, no way. Right, yeah. See, it's still. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Like a lot of my things, like me typically as an artist, I don't color a lot. A lot of my drawings, I don't paint. They basically end up staying raw. I mean, which is bad, I think.
Gotta finish them.
You got to finish them, right? And
It's like Sharpies.
I guess I don't have like the ambition or something to finish them, or maybe it just my actual mind just I'm sporadic. I'm so sporadic all the time. So I don't know if that's part of the reason why that I actually do that. Because even I do it with my music as well. If anybody's wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to adjust my mic so that way it's right in line with me.
I think peace of mind is important.
Right. I mean, I guess it's only, your artwork or anything that you do possible is only going to be satisfying to you at that given point in time. So, I mean, if you don't give it your all, you know that you didn't give it your all, to finish the product or...
Anything.
Yeah, with anything. I mean, it doesn't have to pertain to actual artwork. I mean, it could pertain to music or anything. I mean, if you don't... I mean, and I guess that's why, I mean, like, if I don't like something, I just abandon it. I mean, do you do the same?
Oh, yeah. I've thrown a lot of things in the trash can. Just like,
Right.
let the kids color them.
Right. Or a lot of times, like, I hold on to them. Like, and, like, the majority of my stuff is, like, a cross between doodles and just, like, stuff I actually tried to draw.
It's good to keep them so you can go back through them and when you
Right.
don't want to put a whole lot of energy into something and finish something.
And, it's funny that you say that, because you can go back to them. The actual Lendy Experience logo or, backdrop is actually two pieces that are from an actual drawing that I did.
Nice. That
had more stuff in it, but I cut those figures out and used them, for the actual thing. And then I just added other elements into it to create the rest of it and tie it all together, which was cool. And like, I got a couple of things, like even I did another one that a sketch that I did, and I did it in ballpoint pen, and then I uploaded it into my computer, used the program, and colored it, and was like,
nice.
I guess it's a easier way for me to do it is to just upload them and do it in like a program with graphics.
Have you seen the tablets that are the screens? Like Wicca makes one, Cintiq. You can draw on it.
Yeah, I have.
See exactly what you're doing.
See, and I'm looking into it, and I might just get one because I can actually do it with an iPad too, and hook it up to my computer and do it that way as well. So I don't know I think I'll just get the actual tablet that you can buy, and because I've been looking into it, and when I first seen it, I don't know if you've seen the ad on Facebook. Is that where you saw it?
No. I've used those for a while.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Just I adopted them instead.
Yeah,
of
like that
paper
one
for
that
most of it.
they show now where you can like take like your regular pencil and you just draw.
Oh yeah.
You put a
Yeah.
piece
Yeah.
of paper over it
Yeah. I've
and
seen
you
that.
draw on the
Yeah.
paper. And then if you want to erase, you erase the line and it erases it. It's crazy. I'm like, dude, that's badass. Like, I want that. Like, I've been wanting something like that to come out for a long time. Like, back in the day, like, and when I'm talking back in the day, I'm talking about like late 90s, not like 2000s shit. Like, I'm
Right.
talking like 97.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted something back then. And they did. They had something that was like a pen.
Thousands of dollars.
It was a couple $100 for it. It was just a pen, and then you had to write on a surface, right? And it was just like a mouse, and it plugged in just like your mouse, and it was just a pen, almost like picture page there with fucking Bill Cosby there. You know, picture page, you know, where you draw with that fucking special pen there. Yeah, it was like something like that, because I've been into computers and that type of technology since 1995, when the internet came out. I think it was actually before then, like 93, 94. Because I remember my grandfather getting a Gateway 2000 and that thing being like $8,000 for him to do his business with, which was pretty crazy. So, and even the one that I had bought in 1995, the Gateway 2000 cost me like $4,000.
Nice.
So, and like nowadays, like a $4,000 computer would like fill this room, but it would control like a whole entire fucking city. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you had, yeah.
So it's like, whoa.
Computing power now.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're running off of a Mac Mini that's like $800 fucking computer. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, and my monitor is another $800. So a $1,600 computer that's equivalent to like 5 of those Gateway 2000s back in 95. You know?
Yeah, my business computer I got in 2010, 2011. It's a i7
Right.
XPS for
Yeah,
Dell.
see, this is only an i5. It's an
There-
i5 dual.
It still does everything I need it to do.
Right, this does everything I needed to do. The only thing that I want to upgrade on it is the RAM, just to make it a little bit quicker with that. But I you know, being the tech savvy guy that I am and knowing about things, that's why I have an external hard drive. Like,
Right.
I use my external hard drive and I store the majority of my stuff on that, because if you use an external hard drive, the hard drive itself, if you keep certain things on the hard drive, will work off of the hard drive rather than on the RAM of your computer or working the hard drive of your computer. So it lifts the load a little bit, like all my samples and stuff like that with my music. It's all stored in there.
Yeah, you would have like a solid state drive that you'd be running all your programs on, and then having all your data
Right.
stored.
Yeah. So my main is the hard drive in the computer, run my programs, and then
Right.
everything else I need is all on my hard drive. So that way I'm not eating up everything and making this hard drive, you know, internal work harder than it needs to, you know. So I'm alleviating it some, you know, especially even being a 500 gig hard drive, you know. So we don't really need that much stuff. So I don't even know why I bother wearing the headphones anymore. I don't even really need them. You know what I mean? I don't even need the headphones. I already know it sounds good. So if it didn't, I'd get a heads up. So my phone would be blowing up. I'm sure Matt's watching and monitoring me, so make sure I'm sounding pretty good. And just to let you guys know and let Jason know, this is my first time being on IPM Nation Live on Channel 2. Today is my first episode, and Jason's got the liberty of being on there for the first episode on IPMNation.com. So yeah, like Lendy's got a page now on there, you know, IPMNation.com/Lendy. Hopefully, if you're watching on Ustream, that's where you want to tune in for the next time. I haven't even checked yet, but I need to actually see if we're linked on there. If not, I'll have to like put up a post on Facebook to get people to go there. We'll go live on Facebook or something. So I'm gonna check that right now. But so we're getting a little bit off topic here, and so Jason, so the other reason besides having you come on as far as your artwork, and he's definitely an amazing artist, and I think I'm gonna have him do something for me, if he doesn't mind doing so.
Oh, I'd love to.
See, he loves to do this stuff. He likes that. Let's see. So you came to New Hampshire. We both have a common friend, Paul, who
Paulie.
Paulie. Yep. Maybe he's watching right now. I don't know. But how did you get here? Like, did you take a plane? Did you take a bus? Like,
Oh, this last time, no, I rode in 18-wheelers.
you rode in
Yeah.
18-wheelers. Like, you hitchhiked from Texas
Yeah.
all the way up to New Hampshire.
Couple of weeks. It was nice.
Couple of weeks trip.
Yep.
That is crazy.
Sleeping at truck stops.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like so if you could tell anybody like out there, like, was it an experience? Like, would you recommend people hitchhiking across the country to come to a state that you well, obviously
Absolutely.
you did have somebody here,
Yeah,
that was gonna
yeah.
help you out, but
Especially if you've been there before and you know the lay of the land and have friends and stuff like that. Yeah, there's just really no harm in it.
right.
And they're all good people.
That's good. It's pretty crazy to me that like he hitchhiked and get rides from truckers, from 18-wheeler, people driving across country delivering, various merchandise and produce and food and he did it like
Hit.
within a few weeks time, like, and I'm sure like just the amount of people that you meet and like the scenery is like probably one of the best experiences, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and it what reminded me of it was I read this book, and I don't read very many books, and it's just the way I am. Like I don't do that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. I should, and I should because it'd probably help with my imagination and like help me create better, or more things. But I don't. But I read this book called Walk Across America. If you guys haven't read it, you guys got to definitely check it out. Especially for like people who are really having a hard time believing that there's any good people out there. You're wrong. There are good people out there still. They might be hard to find, but they're still out there, and there's a lot of people still willing to help people. And basically, what this book was about was this person's journey from upper state New York down to Florida, and they walked. And they took various rides here and there, and it took them months and months to get walk down from upper state New York down to Florida. And he was basically in search of just like finding good, wholehearted people that were like, you know what I mean? Like they kept their word. Like if you were down and out, like you did, like he would work on their farm or do this or that, to like earn a meal and stuff like that, or earn like money so that way he could buy certain things to survive on, which was pretty cool. But I mean, he did a similar thing. I mean, I'm sure he did a lot of walking too.
Oh yeah. Lots of walking. Yeah, I've been to pretty much all the major populated areas.
Like you could up the East Coast.
Yeah.
No shit. Like that's crazy. Like it's.
Boston's my favorite city by far. I fell in love with Boston back in '99.
Right. And what did it for you in Boston?
I just like the city, the age of the city, being right on the water.
Right.
Like everything was cleaner than New York.
Right, and I'm from Boston.
Less trash in Boston. It was just, I thought it was a beautiful city, and I love the weather here. Absolutely love it.
Well, I mean, coming from Texas, I'm sure it's a big difference in for you. So, I mean, I've lived down in Texas for a while myself, and to be honest with you, the weather is terrible.
Yeah, need all 4 seasons.
Like, well, not even just all four, but like just more of a climate change would be nice. You know, I mean, it's always hot, like always hot. You know, and like when I was down there, they always said, "Oh yeah, well at least today's a dry heat." Like fuck you, like that shit was like 97 degrees and fucking like that's not on top of the sun like beating down on you and fucking feeling like it's like 114 degrees and you're like melting away like fucking butter.
I used to talk to people up here that told me that it couldn't get that hot. I heard you guys had a nice summer this past summer.
Yeah, we actually did have a pretty decent summer. It wasn't overly hot. And actually, like 2015 and 2016 was actually a lot warmer. It seemed a lot hotter. It was a lot more humid. It was a lot drier this year, so the heat wasn't as bad. I mean, I'm not saying that you didn't sweat or anything like that, but it was more tolerable than the more humid, weather that we're mostly used to up here in New England. But I think we're gonna play a track right now, and the music of the week I chose is M. Dot because M. Dot just dropped a new album called Ego and the Enemy. But I'm not gonna play one of his newest tracks yet. And actually, when I do play one of his newest tracks, like I'll play it at the end of the show. And I'm only gonna play you the one that you can actually like go and physically listen to on iTunes. Other than that, you actually have to purchase the album, because I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody else, for anybody, or put anything else out there for M. Dot because I already did purchase the album. But so I only put out that actual song, which is "Give It to Me." But I think I'm going to start off with, since we were talking about New England and we're welcoming Jason here to New England up here in New Hampshire, why not? We're going to play a song called Patriots, which also has Ed O.G. and Big Suge in it. So we're going to play that. And we're going to take a small little smoke break while we listen to this track. So stay tuned, and we'll talk some more with Jason.
What's your favorite color?
Yo, I red eye back, readily red October.
Yo.
Roasting new heights, red eye flight, red eye sight. Met a dime on the red line. Said she liked red wine, hotter than red mag. Realized she read mine. Red tie, red suit, rolled up in a red coupe. It's bedtime, clothes sharp, stroll up in a red roof. In X-Men on the TV, Omega red. Bruins all day, no red wings, the etiquette. Beantown to the death, red socks, amped up. Red face like the Red Sox lost. Red light district, gin code red mixed with speed to the red light. Cruise past, missed it. My preference for chicks, brunette, dark, red and blonde. My rhetoric will be reread when I'm dead and gone. Pop off, tough guy, go ahead, Holmes. Get balls spiked like Gronk in the red zone. Wu-Tang torture, black eye, red limbs. Have to have Red Bull, cause Red Bull give me red wings.
Brilliant. I represent colors, all of my colors, always my colors, holding me down all around it.
I represent the three-color flag.
Red, silver, I'm a patriot. Hate on a patriot, we get offended and wrong.
I represent the three-color flag.
Red, silver, I'm a patriot.
Nope, yeah.
What's your favorite color?
I'm so fly, I'm a pilot the team, inspired the scene. The violence is mean, give you the blues like in between violet and green. Different shades, light, dark, aquamarine is in the bean. I ain't tripping, slipping when I'm whipping. My color is different, it's all blue, but I ain't crippin' or banging. I'm saving you, persuading you. She wavy too, and like dudes that are navy blue. He said his baby boo is tight too. I gave her the pipe too. She liked to rock the mic, she was light blue. I'm the shit you can't smell, can't tell. Keep your girl singing. Blue can't trail on the mic, never had a flaw. Fuck your status bar. My team a bunch of blue niggas, avatars. What you loyal to can spoil you, royal you, embroil you. Think of colors, I'm royal blue.
Blade, dot, metal, shook, strength of silver, back gorillas on with silver semi-automatics, riding on the silver line, loaded 5 silver bullets in the clip, commencing the plan to have our full sleeper with silver fish. Even if we get summoned for court dates, I have my Jewish lawyer on Silverman beat the court case, get off straight, scot free, no silver handcuffs for me. On the horn, negotiating with production companies to bring my likeness and image clear and vivid on the silver screen. True to the saying, there's a silver lining in everything. My words got them amazing. The days like a we had puffing on some silver haze to escape the stress life is bringing. A fishing out for detail, always spotting undercover pigs, trying to hold a steak out on the strip in silver unmarked Vicks. I'm not enough to roll in the 5-star eatery and flick some food off of my silver spoon towards the maitre d'. Shots of Jose Clover, silver for sure, got my mind altered. Hop in the Mitsubishi, silver pitching it, drive off quick. Crossing us is toxic like Vegas, a quicksilver. Spitting bars, ain't your thing, going work at Long John Silver's.
I represent colors, all of my colors, always my colors, holding me down all around.
The 3-color flag.
I'm a patriot. Hate on a patriot, we get offended and lost.
I represent the 3-color flag.
I'm a patriot.
What's your favorite color?
I'm representing colors, all of my colors, always my colors, holding me down all around. And represent my colors, got love for my colors. I do what I do, represent my colors for you.
So, that, like I said, that was M. Dot. Patriots, that's called. Featuring Ed O.G. and Big Shug. So we're back here on the Lendy Experience. We got Jacoby in the house. Artist from Texas, Arlington, Texas, as he said. So, once you're done with that, I think I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit, and we'll test how good Jason is here.
All right. Good.
All right, you got your mic on there, bud.
Yep. Check.
All right, cool. So, we'll end up playing another track while he does this.
Oh, you got a pencil?
Oh, you dang right, boy. It's funny.
Yes.
He knew already. Now, you have two different choices of pencil. You have
I love mechanical pencils.
mechanical
I don't care
pencil.
what anybody says.
And if you need to erase, I have one of these fancy
Excellent.
bad boys.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
And I got some
Shit.
real paper. But, so with that being said, I'm going to challenge Jason, okay? And I don't know how long this actual song is. This next song is actually 4 minutes and 51 seconds long. So, we're going to give Jason 4 minutes and 51 seconds and see what he comes up with. You think that's a good challenge for you, Jason?
Oh yeah, just random. Just come up with something.
Just come up with something in the time period that we're going to listen to this track.
Okay.
You got something in mind?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So we're going to test him. We'll see how good he is and see what he comes up with. You can put down your mic. And so this next track actually I'm going to play is another M. Dot track. Like I said, I'm playing all M. Dot. And Tagnant is the next one, which is featuring Mayhem from EMS too. So, all right.
Mayhem and MDOEMSCEO.
Never do I need to brag or boast, but swagging clothes, my flows fire like a dragon blows. Shagging hoes, sagging low, no tight jeans, might see me in mags and stoves. Smash my shows, outlast my foes, flip with my spit till they tag my toes. I always thought they'd be glad I rose, not that opposed, they're sad and yo, I'm flattered though. They're bad and old, bad and souls below average, like Kyle Crawford, bad and low. Don't need platinum gold, attack these crows, time's up, lined up like tic-tac-and-toe. They have to know, the tracks are laughable, they rap a capital, sweet like daffodil. Rapping skills, what you say you have, I say you trash, lay you back like claps of steel.
Vaginal, that's what it seems to be when the DOT teams with me. Frequently we beat MCs cause we know we dope like some snow. Sniffed up through a coquette's nose. Our flows go like Eskimos, skinny dipping up below. Opposition listen, know they roll and pay attention. EMS alive and living anytime we hear spitting. Sharpening incisions, M-line period. 5th month serious, starts to test delirious. None harder, why bother? Flow proper, showstopper, stomping medulla oblongata, send you off to rain doctors. It's the track monsters, constantly eating the beat like it's delicate cuisine. Pick my teeth, bon appetit. So incredible, college students gain credits to study my likeness and image. They often feel privileged. Bear witness to the minds of these madmen rhyming. M to the hyphen, dot, and mayhem.
Got a rain, I'm not jotting down another verse. Thoughts profound, love and curse till I'm laid in Mother Earth. I'ma keep spitting, keep living, be driven. All you rappers be swimming knee deep, keep sinking. I don't see limits or feed into each gimmick. My dreams are seen vivid, I keep a clean image. They choose against me or two to offend me, cause I don't choose to lose my cool and empty. 6 shots, licked off, clips, big glocks. Don't fake like Rick Ross, Jews in the Bentley. Please just talk, don't need the Glock. I'll beat you up, take your shoes and her Fendi. Sir, send me a new rapper to eat. I spew crack on the beat, my crew happens to be E to the MS. Seamless without a blemish, drumming on the midi board, coming with the illy flow.
Stubborn like a Billy goat, talking slick, rip your throat. We that smoke to my quotes, you could call it artichoke. On that note, don't provoke pencil strokes at your vicinity. Dissing me, literally turn you to a memory. Remember me? Party enemies, felony tendencies. Guess I need therapy. Mandarins, melodies, have me please. Gentle breeze as we cross the 7 seas. Got me underneath palm trees while you work at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm in the Continental, no it's not a rental. You can Google my credentials, I party these instrumentals. Better ask somebody single, they may eradicate rivals when they get spiteful. That indeed I don't condone. Murder adversaries, yearly harming every man. Nutty like a pecan, EMS Wasaki clan. So understand, Dotted may add it again. Immaculate lyrics, who constantly script from the tip of the pen.
Jordan and pimping again, sick with the spit, with the flip of a lip. I'll rip through your click, touring and living in France. Forfeit, you're not important, you're more like a moron. Recording, you're snoring and pouring, I'm soaring, you're living in vans. Give it up, man, I passed you, laughed and laughed you, smacked and slapped you. You don't need to rap, dude. Don't be mad, UPS is hiring, 9 to 5 salary. May, what's the strategy?
My foes are mad at me cause the savage and shatter beats got me known internationally. Asked to hop on the track each week. Honestly, gotta be honored to hear these vocals. Attention to go closer like a mailman who's been let go. And our mannerism to smash tracks with exact precision. Lawless and classics while your tape is in the trash can listen. We call the aneurysms, making doubters overthink. Murder adversaries really every time we grip the ink.
Mayhem. M-Dot. M-A-Y. M-Dot. M-Dot. Boston. EMS. Boston. Boston, the EMS group.
Boss, underground world, every street and borough. Stay true to the game. Nighttime jam. Rock on the block with the real hip hop. Rock on the block with the real hip hop. Rock on the block with the real hip hop. Baby, feels so good right now. Yeah. I'm cracking skulls. I'm cracking skulls. Cracking skulls.
And his time is up. I didn't even look to see what he even drew. No shit. 4 minutes and 51 seconds, and that's what he came up with.
You should tell me to draw something specifically.
No shit. He's got an alien praying. Or maybe no, they're throwing up a peace sign with a pot leaf behind it, sitting on top of some skull, and like, I think it's a girl alien. And it's got like a crown, and it's got like pigtails, and it's like in like another dimension. That's pretty crazy for 4 minutes and 51 seconds. I gotta say, that's pretty crazy.
There you go.
Nice. He even signed it, and he look at that, 4 minutes 51 seconds. He even put it beside it. So that'll stay in my book forever.
That was fun.
Right? Have you ever been challenged like that?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Like somebody put you on the spot and like, hey, dude, can you draw this real quick? And,
Yeah, I did one in 1 minute one time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's a picture of a guy watching the city get destroyed by a giant UFO.
No shit. In a minute. That's crazy.
I wish I had that one.
So this was something I actually my daughter had surgery on Friday, so I was kind of bored, and besides like just streaming Facebook and shit like that, I decided and drew that.
Going steampunk?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's what I'm going for, and I'm actually gonna do like an inverted image. So instead of the skull being white, it's gonna be black instead. I'm gonna do the opposite. I don't know why. I've never done something like that.
So it's gonna basically be the space in between the gears and stuff.
Right, exactly. So it'll be the opposite of what you would be seeing normally.
Nice.
Like a skull color. So something different. Because I'm thinking more of like that because like how we were talking about like silk screen and shirts and stuff like that. And so that's usually how it works, is that you use the negative that you don't want, or you don't want the spaces to be filled in, and then you squeegee the ink on it and it fills the voids around it, essentially, is how you do it. Have you ever actually silk screened a shirt before?
No, I've seen it done though, and you can do stencils pretty well.
Right, it's pretty easy. Like he said, it's stenciling. It's a certain type of stenciling. The way I've done it is you take an image, and you go and have it photocopied, but you have it like the negative photocopied instead. And so you take that image and you put it onto a transparency sheet, and you do it that way. And that transparency sheet, what it does is the ink that's there will allow the ink to pass through onto the transparency that you want the ink to be, but where it's got the ink on the transparency, it won't bleed through.
Right.
So, and it's pretty easy. I mean, you could probably get everything that you need to actually make your own silk screen shirts for probably like $50. Probably even cheaper.
I've seen it done with cardboard and spray.
Yeah, I mean you could do it with a whole bunch of things, but I mean to like do like speedball ink with the roller and
Right.
the whole 9 yards. I think you could do it for like $50. You could like make one of your own T-shirts. I think the most expensive thing is like the chemicals, the emulsion, and the cleanup afterwards, to clean your silk screen. That way that you can reuse it for a good amount of times. So that's pretty much, you got to keep your tools clean. So
Right.
I mean, you're only as good as your tools. If your tools ain't that good, I mean you can. There's ways of getting around it with certain things like for instance doing a radio show. If you only have a dynamic microphone at first, then that's what you use. Nobody is gonna have a podcast and have a $250 microphone sitting in front of them. But I happen to have one. But I use it for, I'm going to be using it for multiple reasons, aside from my radio show, recording lyrics and what have you. So that's, maybe I might even do a live set, have somebody come in here and play guitar or something like that.
That'd be awesome.
I know a few people that play guitar that probably be willing to do that. But so like last week, like this actual one that I showed you here on the canvas is so I've been doing or trying to do live sketches right on here, and my first one I actually did a sketch, and I did it blindfolded. I put a shirt over my face and everything, did it blindfolded, felt where the corners were and everything.
Nice.
And then painted something out of it by just looking at what I had scribbled on there, and actually saw something, and it ended up being like this goldfish. And that's what I seen in all the scribbled line work, and so that's what I went with, and I actually painted it.
Nice.
So this was actually supposed to be done, but I've been working on so many other things. I think I said something about it last week that I wanted to make a sign, a Lendy sign, so I'm working on that too. So that's occupied a lot of my time because I had to figure out how I was going to actually accomplish that. But I did sketch out the canvas, so I will paint it for next week's show, and but I'll also put an actual picture of this actual canvas and actually Jason's drawing that he did in 4 minutes and 51 seconds up on Facebook, so that way you guys can actually see it. And the sun is actually shining through this window, so that's why it looks kind of funky. But you probably won't even be able to see my light ass sketch on this bright white fucking canvas, because I sketch real lightly on it, so that way you don't see the lines after when I paint and everything. So. And I don't do painting. He's got sunglasses on. It's too sunny in here. And that's actually bleeding through my curtain. It's actually a pretty heavy duty curtain.
Beautiful afternoon here in New Hampshire.
Yeah, right. I think that made it worse. I don't think I'm gonna get away from it. So it's sunny. It's because it's in the morning. But we got about 16 minutes left on the show today. I got one more track coming up with MDOT. I'm gonna grab a couple of the letters that I started making for the Lendy sign, and I'll tell you a little bit about how I'm gonna go about doing those. So, and my daughter said to me, she's like, Dad, don't you know that you can just buy these letters, at the, I can't get away from the light. It's a little bright. But she's like, Dad, you can go to Hobby Lobby and you can just buy those letters, right? And I'm like, yeah, but what's the fun in that? I'm an artist. I like to create shit. Why not make my own? Why wouldn't I? Yeah, right. I wouldn't say for nothing, but I mean for next to nothing. I mean, I bought $18 worth of paint. Okay, but I don't know if anybody's gone out and bought and paint. Paint is so damn expensive these days, or maybe it's always been expensive. I don't know. But for instance, like I'm in Walmart and I'm like, I just need some like basic latex or acrylic paint. Like I don't need anything fancy. Like I'm making a sign. Like, who cares? Like, I'm just using it as a background color or whatever. So I'm like, they wanted $13 for a quart, and I'm like, fuck that. Like, that's retarded. So then, like, that's for one brand.
Cigarette prices.
Yeah, like I'm like, that's crazy. So like I ended up buying Rust-Oleum, which is a latex paint, which is good. I know Rust-Oleum's good. It covers well. It came out good. I chose a satin finish, not a gloss, because I didn't want too much glare off of it. And I painted the insides white. So it's a cardboard. As you can see, it's cardboard. Okay. I made it out of cardboard and hot glue, right? And then I painted the inside, and so I'm going to put holes in it and actually use blue LED lights in here and light them up. So hopefully what I'm going for is like a neon effect, especially with the LED lights. They're bright as shit. So I'm hoping that it's going to be look kind of like a neon sign. That's what I'm hoping for. If not, I could use some of that. I think it's called like transition paper or something like that.
Just like parchment paper.
Yeah, it's
all kinds of stuff.
It's kind of like parchment paper.
Probably get some thin plexi.
You know what? And you know what? That's funny that you said that. Like, I could probably actually use parchment or wax paper. Because it will still, like, if I'm saying if it's like too bright, like it just doesn't give the right effect with the lights or whatever. If I need to like close this off and like dim it up to make it more, light up more of effect, rather than just like shining beams of light through. We'll see.
And if you want to make it diffuse, you can use like, cotton or polyester stuffing and just kind of pack it in there.
Right, exactly, yeah. I mean, because I'm using LED lights, which is very low wattage, so I'm not going to have to worry about, case of a fire or something. But then I was actually talking with Jason about this and with these letters, because didn't know whether to make them all completely white on the exterior as well, or if I was to, choose black, or Jason actually suggested I should do like a color. Maybe I'll probably do like a darker blue, so that way it kind of, gives that effect. Like even so, like I could drop lights down behind these letters on this backer and actually make it kind of like the letters glow. Like there's a glow behind it as well. So, I mean, I got 50 LEDs that I paid $1.50 for at Kmart. So, okay, so like, yeah, I got $18 worth of paint, but I got a shit ton of paint and I'll have it for a long time. So, I might use maybe $2 worth of maybe $1 worth of paint out of the two cans, the black and the white that I have there. And then $1.50 for the lights. So, and probably cost me $3 for glue sticks, which I'm not going to use them all. So, I don't know. Let's take a roundabout guess, and I think it probably cost me, by the time I'm all said and done, $5 to make my letters, and they're custom. So, I mean, I could have made them any letter shape I wanted, graffiti style. I just chose like just normal capitalized letters, because that's how I normally do Lendy. Is like all capitals or the first letter capital and then all lowercase. But that's what I chose to do, and I think so. I'm pretty sure I'll get it done within the next week. I'm hoping. It depends. Depends on the wiring, because I'm gonna have to do wiring on it, because I don't want lights to transition from one letter to another, and droop between them. So.
Well, if you're gonna have them raised above the background, you're gonna have little supports. You can probably just go through those. I
could do that. Yeah, I could do that. We'll see.
Strategically placed.
It depends on how far apart the actual lights are. If I can get away with that, it might be enough space in between lights where I could shine a couple of them down below the lights to give like that, glowing effect as well. And then maybe the space in between, it won't matter between the lights, you won't even see it. I mean, if you see the wires, I'll paint the damn wires because they are green because they're Christmas lights are supposed to be.
Yeah, you could probably do a good background lighting with just 3 bulbs.
Right. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean...
Have one like between the D and the Y, and one behind the N, one behind the L and the E.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to play around with it and see what the effect and how it actually projects it downwards, And then it's going to be behind me, and I'm gonna angle it like this, like a 45. Like, I'm not going to just put it straight across. I think actually, like, putting it at a 45 would be kind of cool, just to add different, effect to it. Like, I just threw the sign behind me, and it was just, like, fell there, and it was, like, right there. Because I thought about, like, actually, like, doing the Lendy experience background behind me, but I'm like, I could. I mean, this is what the background looks like. I know you guys can't see it. I'm showing Jason it firsthand, like, as soon as it decides to open up for me. I mean, I only got like 82,000 million things running right now. But that's what I have. I mean, I could have a big poster size or backdrop behind me. I could have one printed off, but I think the sign thing, I was just like, I don't know. I was like, what if I had my own sign? Like, this said Lendy. I'm like, why not? I could do anything behind me, and like, you won't see anything behind me because I actually have a black curtain that hangs up here that gives me a full blackened out backdrop, which I haven't put up. I don't know why, but I didn't figure it was a necessary thing to do it.
Go big.
Right. Because I did, when we had when we'd hold the Slicko's World show here, we had the backdrop, and then I actually done like the big poster board size freaking sign that said Slicko's World. I actually have it. It's in the other room still. if I'll probably hold on to that, even though Slicko is all done with his radio show with Slicko's World. And if I remember correctly, I think he's been doing it for like 9 or 10 years or something like that. About as long as, I think it was about 9 or 10 years or something like that. Something crazy. And then he decided that he had enough. So, I mean, and which was cool is like, I was only on there for maybe 8-9 months, and as a co-host. And which gave me, I guess, the balls to actually come out and actually do my own and share some stuff with you guys, about what, me. And that's why I named it the Lendy Experience. Like, I'm sharing a part of me with everybody else that I normally wouldn't share with you unless you were my friend or my family. And that's why I do it. Like, to try to, show you who I am. As I told my daughter once, I was like, when I do end up passing away, that I want to be famous. Like, I want people to know who I am, like, when I walk down the street, like, I guess, or that's what I've envisioned for myself over, when I was a kid. And I guess it didn't matter how I got there, whether it was, like, through artwork or, riding BMX bike or, it didn't matter. Or music, it doesn't matter to me. Like, that's how I want to be remembered. I want people to know who I am. And like even my daughter, like, I gave her special instructions for when I do pass away, God forbid, but I will at some point. She has special instructions, and I got a special book that she needs to follow certain things and put out the rest of what I have. Like, everything, like all the rest of my artwork, like, even if it's like a stupid sketch that I did on a receipt, like, it's gonna be like, if it's here, it's going to be recorded and it's going to be documented and presented to, to everybody, along with my music and everything else like that. Because that's just the way I want it. That's what I've wanted, and I hopefully will get there someday. Someday soon, hopefully. Because I put a lot of time and effort into creating what I have, and so. But let's take a look at how much time we have. 4 minutes and 38 seconds. No, that's not the. Let's see. Huh. That's not what I wanted. Oh, okay. All right. So I need to find. I gotta find the M. Dot song that we're gonna play because we're getting closer to the end. Is there anything you'd like to say to anybody, or got any friendly advice for any struggling artists out there? Because we're all struggling. We all are.
Stay alive.
Stay alive. Stick with it.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Right. Yeah. Definitely keep doing what you're doing.
Or not if you're not doing what you don't want to do, I guess.
And if you're not sharing your artwork by now, you should be. You really should be showing your artwork, and.
Find some friends who do art shows.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of which, a good friend of mine, Brian Carter, I actually I want to go see him, and I want you to actually meet him. And he's a talented artist in Dover. I've known him for quite a number of years now. The shoes I showed you, he's the one that helped me design them and show me the techniques on how to design my own shoes, which I'd like to do another sneaker clinic soon when I can find the time to. It's always a time thing with me with that, since I only have 1 day off a week and shit. But let's play this track by M. Dot and end this show, and if put your artwork out there if you haven't done so already. That's what we're trying to tell you.
I put my lifetime in between the papers. One.
Newest M. Dot, baby.
Yo.
Give it to me.
You talked about the best, forgot to mention my name. It's cool you mentioned some lanes who I can melt into flames. I'm felt in the States, really though, loved overseas. Drinkers drink up, weed heads puff on the trees. Take you on a journey like you never been before. Guess I ripped you raw, now I'm popping like a pimple sore. Felt ignored, so I had to go a little harder. Boston's cool, but I had to go a little farther. Let it be known, I don't mess around with the rap. Now I'm grown like the flesh and bone in your calf. So I seen a lot, the tricks and the foolery, the pics with the jewelry. You pricks, don't be fooling me. We grind from the pavement, you lying for the payment. I'm fresh like dark rivers lying on this fade, man. Been a while, but I'm still going strong though. Stayed hard when all these rappers seem to gone cold. How many times I need to tell you fools to understand? I'ma stay at this pace until I'm understand. I want what you have, ain't afraid to take it. So give it to me now, give it to me now. How many times I need to tell you times I'm staying put? Just go to the door, about to lay my foot. I want what you have, ain't afraid to take it. So give it to me now, give it to me now. No comparison, we ain't from the same lives. Rather watch as the paint on the stain dries than never have a conversation with you more than that. You ain't welcome like the letters on the door and mat. I grind till the wheels fall off and axle breaks. Smack the face of half the fakes, thinking I'm relaxed for days. When I'm really in the stew, cooking heat rocks. System up, peep through the window, look how the street rocks. They didn't believe in me, so I gained and got a purpose. Now they're shocked like I'm walking on the water surface. Being hungry, now I'm famished with the fork out. Seen a little shine, but damn it, I'm looking for more clout. I want it now, no sidetracking, your rhyme slacking. Pass it off before you're hearing on your spine cracking. Another gone casualty of another song. Sean Glass, M-Dog, we got another one. How many times I need to tell you fools to understand? I'ma stay at this pace until I'm understand. I want what you have, ain't afraid to take it. So give it to me now, give it to me now. How many times I need to tell you times I'm staying put? Just go to the door, about to lay my foot. I want what you have, ain't afraid to take it. So give it to me now, give it to me now. Say my name. It's me, still a threat to the average MC.
All right, everybody. So I got to wrap it up on IPM Nation. So I want to thank Jason for coming out. I'm going to thank Matt Connaughton for giving me this opportunity for doing this on IPM Nation. And we'll see you next week, next Monday at 10 a.m. All righty. But yeah, we are still live on Ustream, which is fine, because we can do that. But I told Matt that I would only be on IPM Nation for an hour, but I'm sure I can extend that. I just have to talk to him, but I think an hour is usually pretty good. Wrap it up pretty good on it. But I'll play the rest of the M-Dot track. Oh, actually I did, but we'll see you guys next week.